Deep in contested airspace, a single aircraft circles. Alone, outnumbered, and completely quiet. Inside the cockpit of this 6th-generation fighter, there is no panic. There is not a wild, evasive maneuver. There is only data. 3 enemy fighters on the ground have just lit up their radars. They think they are the hunters. They think this solitary Tempest is stuck in the wind. Not even a pilot pushes it into the throttle. Instead, there is a virtual co-pilot, an artificial intelligence, whispers a single, cold computation. Targets geolocated, countermeasures optimized. We are untouchable. This isn't science fiction. This is the survivability shock of the GCAP Tempest. Welcome to Jetgine. So today, we're going to strip the politics and budget reports of it all to boil it down to a single brutal engineering question. What makes a 6th-generation fighter so lethal that it becomes essentially untouchable? The Silent Hunter. For half a century, air combat has been characterized by a deadly game of Marco Polo. When a radar tells you, you scream into the void, and if you catch an echo in your ears, fire. But screaming into the void is suicide in the era of stealth. You set your radar on, and you light up every passive sensor for 1,000 miles, like a bonfire in the dark. The Tempest turns this on its head completely. Its main tool for survival is not a weapon, but a set of ears. More precisely, a modern generation of passive radio frequency, RF sensors, found in the wings and nose. Think of yourself in a pitch-black warehouse. You cannot see your enemy, but the enemy fires a flashlight and searches for you. You don't have to crank your own light on to know exactly where he is. You just saw the beam. When an enemy Su-57 or a Chinese J-20 turns on its radar to locate the Tempest is not just able to sense the ping, it analyzes the waveform. In less than 100 milliseconds, the onboard AI calculates the precise GPS position of the transmitter, which type of plane it is, and even the mode of the radar. The Tempest itself is emitting zero energy at the same time. This is a black hole in the electromagnetic spectrum, and this is where the shock comes in. The pilot launches a meteor missile because the Tempest knows where you are, but you haven't found the Tempest. Guided by a secure, low probability of intercept data link, that missile can fly 80% of the way to your destination in absolute radio silence. The enemy pilot's radar warning receiver. Silent. His first warning that he is dead will be when the meteor itself activates its active seeker at a range of only 10 miles. There is a saying among fighter pilots: lose the sight, lose the fight. The new 6th-generation saying is, emit and you'll quit. The Tempest never allows the enemy to play the game anyway. The invisible skin. Stealth is often referred to as invisible to radar. Yet there is another, equally deadly eye in the sky: infrared search and track, IRST. Modern Russian and Chinese fighters, such as the Su-35, use IRST to locate and destroy stealth aircraft by detecting heat in their engine systems. Traditional jet engines are huge blowtorches that are attached to an airframe. You can keep things secret like the radar return, but you can't keep the laws of thermodynamics from your awareness. Or can you? This is the Rolls-Royce Orpheus power plant, developed with the help of Japan's IHI Corporation. And it is more than an engine. It is a thermal management weapon. The key thing is buried in embedded exhaust and adaptive cycle. In a standard fighter, whether an F-16 or an F-35, the hot exhaust gas trickles out a round, circular nozzle at the very back. It's a giant glowing target. The exhaust is not a nozzle on the Tempest, It is a broad, flat duct that is part of the fuselage. Superheated air is combined with cooler bypass air from the adaptive fan. Then this mixture is rolled out over a greater area of the surface before exiting the airframe. At the end of the exhaust plume, as soon as it touches the open sky, its temperature signature is virtually indistinguishable from the ambient air. At least to a current IRST sensor, the Tempest doesn't appear to be a fighter jet. It resembles some temporary passing upheaval in the wind. That's crucial to surviving a modern dogfight. If a foe fires a heat-seeking missile, those missiles depend on contrast a hot engine with a cold atmosphere. The Tempest presents no contrast, it is thermal camouflage. Also, since this engine produces an unprecedented quantity of electrical power for future directed energy weapons, it isn't just hiding from the enemy, it's getting ready to fry the enemy's electronics without ever moving any flight control surface. The Loyal Wingman Swarm. But the most invisible skin does have limits. What happens when the enemy is fortunate? When they shoot a missile into the general vicinity, hoping to land on their target. This is where the Tempest ceases to be a fighter and becomes the mothership of a hunter-killer swarm. The GCAP program is based around manned-unmanned teaming, MUMT. The pilot is not only flying an aircraft, he is commanding a squadron of semi-autonomous drones known as Loyal Wingmen. Let's go back to our situation. 3 opposition fighters are targeting the Tempest. They at last get a subtle radar blip and send out a salvo of long-range missiles. The Tempest's AI immediately computes the inbound threat vectors. The pilot doesn't attempt to dive on the deck. He doesn't deploy chaff. He just calls out a voice command. Drone 2, electronic warfare. Active. The drone is turned into a decoy of God. It cries into the void with a signal that reads, "I am the Tempest. I am right here. Shoot me." The enemy missiles, hungry for a victim in the air, run away from the genuine silent Tempest and track after this ghost in the machine. Either the drone sacrifices itself, or it dodges at the last moment with its own super maneuverability. At the same time, the real Tempest has disappeared further into the clouds. Nowhere you've seen it. This isn't a 1 versus 3 fight. This is a thinking ecosystem, networked versus 3 isolated pilots who are already fighting the last war. The kill web. Yet there is one last terrifying layer to this survivability. The Tempest is not a standalone product of a nation. It is a product of British war philosophy mingled with that of Japan and Italian war philosophy. And that fusion results in something called the kill web. In legacy warfare, a pilot only opens fire at what his own radar can sense. That limitation is no longer present with the Tempest. Consider the Tempest hiding behind a mountain range, completely masked from enemy sensors. But a Japanese Mogami-class frigate 200 miles away detects an incoming bomber formation. The bombers will be too far inland for the ship to tackle, but it delivers that targeting data via encrypted, quantum-resistant satellite link to the Tempest's weapons bay. The Tempest pilot authorizes launch. The Meteor missile pops out of the bay, ignites, and ascends. It is supported and guided by the ship for the first half of its journey. For the second half, it is directed by a satellite. The Tempest pilot never went on his radar. He never once broke this stealth posture. The target is destroyed by a hybrid effect of Japanese sensor work, British missiles, and Italian stealth. That is the kill web. You cannot target what you cannot see, and you cannot see any network that is everywhere but nowhere, all at once. Conclusion. The GCAP Tempest is frequently likened to the American NGAD program in terms of both speed and payload. But that misses the point. This aircraft has the quality of an untouchable, which is not about outturning a missile. It's about outthinking a war. It's a platform programmed to be the quietest, coolest, smartest weapon in the battle space. It is a plane that watches without being watched, kills without being heard, fights without fighting alone. To be precise, this is the new standard for air dominance. That's the survivability shock. But what's actually going on inside that cockpit? The world is rendered on a visor that makes the skin of the plane disappear. That's a story for another day. If interested in accessing the virtual brain of the Tempest, subscribe to Jetgine and hit the bell. Until the next time, clear skies.